Damn, J Bird, Merch, that's you. Welcome to the Black and Balanced podcast. I am your host, Kirsten Simone. We like to think of this space as the happy medium between ratchet and righteous. Episode 2, season 2 today. Our topic is code switching and Blackcent. We have a guest, Keisha. Many of you know Keisha. She is pretty important in the community here in Milwaukee. Keisha, why don't you tell us what you do?
Hey, y'all. Okay, let me scoot over.
Yes, get comfy.
We did this before, but I just feel, such, so more professional.
You feel
this
professional?
time? Yes, we're professional this time.
Yes, that's because, bitch, we was like in my house. No, we was at the shop.
Yeah, no, it was nice. I don't want to discredit the shop,
but
but it was a beautiful environment.
This is definitely better.
You definitely stepped it up. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But hi, everybody. My name is Keisha. I'm definitely in the community. I'm actually the recruiter for the fire and police departments from Milwaukee. So this is a great topic for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I figured that this would be something that you enjoy, especially, we'll just get into it later because
Go ahead. Yeah.
it's a lot. Icebreaker game. We're going to start the episode off with just a small little game, an icebreaker. It is called What Would You Do? So dig around in here. I'll let you pull the first question. You're the first guest.
Good. I'm a little nervous, so I'm glad we're
Are you nervous?
breaking the ice. Yes, I like behind the scenes stuff. I like to direct behind the scenes. So
That's okay, friend.
this front, yeah, it's all good. Okay. Wow. If you could free... Oh, shall I read it right now?
Yep, go ahead.
If you could free 100 innocent people from death row, but it would require for you to do 2 years on Rikers Island, oh my God.
What would you do? You freeing the people or no?
You know what's crazy? The last few months, ever since I seen when they see us, I've been like feeling like, dang, I should have been a judge or a lawyer or something. I always said like I wanted to look deeper into like death row and people who are, like there for no reason kind of thing. When you throwing that 2 years on Rikers Island,
General Pop, you not in a comfy cell like the feds.
I don't think I can do it.
2 years, my nigga. You can't do 2 years?
No, because I watched
100 innocent people on death row, they're gonna die.
Who did I just see on Rikers? It's a whole movie about him.
Khalif Router?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rap. I can't even watch
when
that.
I watched that, yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. I ain't doing it.
I think he did
sorry.
6 months. Or a year. He did a year, but no. So I apologize to 100 people.
Sorry. They're all gonna die. That's
no, but I swear if that ending wasn't on there, I just had the chance to do that, I would put my all into it.
You would do it.
I promise you.
That's sweet. I know you would. So my what would you do question is, if you could wipe 3 historic tragedies and all of its impacting effects from the world's memory, what would they be? Ooh, child. I don't know. I was hoping I wouldn't get this one. I would wipe the Tuskegee experiment.
Yes.
I would wipe the Tuskegee experiment. I would wipe the robbery of Freedman's Bank.
I don't know much.
So basically, Freedman's Bank was like, after all of the slaves got freed, they started their own bank, and we literally had M's in that bank. And the white people came and like burned it down and stole all of our money, and that's why we are poor now as a people. A contributing reason. Let me not say that. That was vague. But I would wipe Freedman's Bank because I really think had that not happened, a lot of different things would have went a lot different for black people. And I would probably also wipe like the fall of Black Wall Street.
Okay, so you're looking more so at when we were established.
Yeah, and things that kind of like set us back. Like, because I feel like a lot of that trickles down into the shit that we're about to talk about. Having, to code switch and, just the gray cloud of financial despair that's been over the African American community since we've been here.
Right.
And as far as like the Tuskegee experiment, that shit was just out of line. Like, that was out of order. Everybody should die. That was involved.
I was definitely been thinking about that a lot lately with this COVID. vaccine. It's been on my mind real hard, so I believe you. I know everyone watching was waiting for you to say slavery.
Slavery?
So, I mean, in general, like, who wouldn't say
I'm
slavery?
I'm gonna be 100.
What you about to say? Oh, no.
I know, this is a real controversial topic. I don't think I will wipe slavery because it would also wipe the impacting effects from slavery, and some of that shit was good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some heroes came from that, and we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't know life as it is today, unfortunately, if we weren't brought over here. So I'm not 100% sure that I would wipe that. I would definitely, just some of the cruel shit, those slave masters did. That
Sorry, great granny or great grandma.
Yeah, like,
still go through that, but afterwards we'll fix it.
We busting niggas' heads like, what? Slave masters dead. Okay, go ahead and pick another one. Okay. We're gonna do one or two more questions, and then we're gonna get into our topic. Hi, Lisa. Hi, my love.
Oh. Okay, kind of should I read this one? It's kind of the same.
What is that?
If you can eliminate 3 racial suppressing issues, but it will kill 30 random people.
No, what would you do?
What would you do?
I don't know. I was just thinking this shit at work. Like,
yeah, y'all, please, this is not reflect.
We said 30 random people. You don't get to pick who they are. They could be family. They could be random people,
or they could be France.
Terrible ass racist supremacists that deserve to die anyway.
Yes, I will say yes, only because the 3 racial suppressed issues.
Yeah, so like,
not,
if you
not
could
events but issues.
If you could like erase systematic racism in school, like things like that.
I will do it because it's going to save way more than 30 people. Because a lot of people have died behind just biases, and we see it every day. We see more than 30
this week,
right? Literally. So I would do it. I would do it. The 30 could go if I can save 30,000, or whatever, whatever the case may be.
I would do it too. Gonna pull one more. Oh, if you died and had the option to come back as anything other than a black person,
like any other race?
Yes.
Dang, that's good.
I don't know, man. I really enjoy being black. Like, I really like this shit. It's lit. Gang in this thing. Like, I probably could. Can I come back as a Dominican?
Okay, I mean,
that's really close. Like, I'll come back as a dark skinned Cuban. Like, still fam.
They're still black.
Still black in this thing.
No, that doesn't count because they're black.
Damn, I can't come back as nothing like black, but everybody's black, technically.
Okay, nope, because you made me kill.
Too technical. Okay,
30
I made you
people
kill 30 people.
130. So please,
130 gone. Okay, damn, I'm gonna pick on wear that shit.
No, what would you be? Who else looks interesting?
I really resonate with the Hispanic community.
Okay,
so,
go ahead. So
it's hard for me to not pick. Like, maybe I would be like, no, I don't want to be Spanish from Spain either. See? Can I be Puerto Rican? That's the same. That's damn near the same.
Yeah, but no, Mexican. You can be Mexican.
I can be Mexican? Okay. Okay, cool. I can be Mexican.
Closer to like,
but
to more
they
a white
black
race.
Too.
I know.
They all black. We all black. Everybody's black. All right, everybody's black. You want to do one more?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's do one more. Okay.
Should I pick the big paper?
The big paper got hella questions.
No, I'm scared of that one. That one was deep. Maybe we'll save that one. Oh my goodness. First off, y'all love the vocabulary. If you could enter the ancestral realm but could not retain memory of the events that occur while there,
would you do it? Would you go? But you can't remember anything. Like ancestral realm, like your people in your family who have died, who are. Do you know anything about the ancestral realm? Like,
you together.
I know, baby. I know.
I know. We might not have time.
It's okay. So, long story short. So, like, very short description of like what the ancestral realm is. So, like, you die. You either dead, or like your spirit is in a realm where you're still able to kind of communicate and send messages to your family and the people that you love or the people that you know or anybody. So, like, when you hear people saying like, "Oh, I went to see a medium," they're trying to reach their people, their loved ones that are in like like an ancestral realm that are still able to communicate with them. At least that's what a lot of spiritual people believe.
Okay.
That there is this realm of just like loved ones and their ancestors, and that's who you reach out to. That's who you set altars to, give offerings to, and a lot of different like.
Okay, I've seen people talk that way.
Yeah, so if you could like go to this, magical land of all of your ancestors, and get advice from them or whatever have you, but you wouldn't remember shit.
Oh, when I come back.
No, would you go knowing that you wouldn't remember anything that happened there?
Oh, yes.
You would still go?
Because, and you know me, it's for the experience.
Damn,
I'm like an experience junkie. And it's like, how many opportunities will you get to go back? Because I will have so many kind of prepare for it.
Yeah,
I have so many questions, and because I will learn so much about myself. Am I in the right place?
You in the right place.
Going in the right direction. I never met my dad's mom, and they're full-blooded Indian, and we don't know much about it, or Native American, so we don't know much about them. So it's just so much that I would, want to do.
Yeah.
So I would, even though I won't remember it, I would still want to experience it.
I would definitely go because I feel like I would have something in me. Like, something in me would remember something. Like, there would be some time.
Like a little sign.
Yeah.
Come on, you know we good with the signs.
Can I steal a little script? Yeah, I think everything is sign. So I'm like, that's a sign. I remember you. Yes. I remember you.
It will happen.
Okay. I'm going to pick one more. I'm going to pick the big one. I'm going to just jump off the porch.
3.
This had like 3 questions on it, y'all. So I'm going to pick if you were... Ooh, baby. Okay. So, okay. It's 2 of them that I really want to do.
Sure.
Okay, if you were ready to be intimate with your partner for the first time and you realized their genitals were white.
Wait.
Like whole body black, penis white, pink as hell. I ain't gonna lie, we might not.
Is it big or is it small?
I'm a size queen, don't care what color it is. No, I definitely care what color it is. I don't know, bro. I feel like it ain't. I don't want to offend nobody, but I am really attracted to black men.
Yeah, same.
Like thoroughly. So that would kind of throw me off because I would want to know like why is it white?
Right, forget the text. We'll start going to this deep conversation. Like, so tell me why. Tell me when did this begin?
No, you was ready, but I'm not ready.
No, I'll probably. Yeah. I have more questions. Like, it depends on what the rest of it look like.
Okay, and then the second one that I have is if you woke up in 1945 with all of the knowledge and experience you had today, what would you do?
Dang. It's crazy because that seems so long ago.
But it's not.
But why my daddy was born in the 40s.
Shout out to Mr. Buford.
Okay,
I love
him. What would I, first off, like the normal answer would be rich. Because we don't know. Wait, would I retain? Would I know what I know now?
You would have all of your knowledge and experience that you have today. So it'd be like if literally when you walked out this door, it was 1945 outside.
I would, I would educate my people, first off. And I'm like, us. And I'm saying that because I always say now that our generation, I love how we're elevated because we have all this knowledge. And I realize that now because my parents are in their 60s and 70s, the conversations that we have, are so interesting because I know so much more because I have access to the internet.
Right.
They only watch the news all day. I have so many other resources than them, so I realize I can see why, we're just elevating the way we are because we have the resources we do. So the one of the first things I would do is educate people. And it could be on the smallest thing as far as food, the foods we eat now.
Yeah.
For example, or, and of course, everything that we, financials and whatnot. So that's the first thing. And of course, get rich. Amazon will be mine.
Yeah, Amazon will be mine. In the 40s, though?
I'm talking about as far as I will start.
So you would have to off Jeff Bezos' parent? Like, what would you do?
I come up with it first.
Come up with it first. Facts. I ain't mad at you.
Right.
I would be trying to get to certain people in history who passed away. I would go to Malcolm X. Look, they finna kill you. You need to be low on this day
anyway.
But he ain't gonna die like that.
Okay.
And Martin Luther King, and I just want to protect the people.
Okay.
I would draw some knowledge too though. I like that answer. So, before we get into our topic of today, it is Black History Month. Happy first day of Black History Month, everybody. And, to kick off Black History Month, I want to start us off with a Black fact. We'll be doing Black facts for every episode in February, and I'll also be releasing them weekly, on our social media. So follow the Black and Balanced Podcast on IG, follow the Black and Balanced Podcast on Facebook, if you want to keep up with those Black facts. Today's Black fact is about, Victor Hugo Green. And he was the author of the original Green Book. Now, if you watched Lovecraft Country this past fall, I think that was summer, fall, that was out, super, super good show. It was kind of based like the Green Book. They spoke about that a lot. So what the Green Book was, it was a Negro motorist travel guide that was developed in the 1930s, actually, during the era of the United States, that was basically facing like the Jim Crow and civil rights and all of that. So what this book was a guide for Black people who were traveling. That's when they were first starting to like get cars and had money to actually travel. When PTO first kicked in, that's why I just learned that like PTO, pay time off, kind of kicked in like in like the 30s, 20s, 30s. Yeah, interesting. But they would travel around the country and find these different places that accepted Black people and that allowed Black people, to patronize their businesses. Now, what a lot of people don't know is a lot of people lost their lives behind developing this Green Book, because you would come into a city or state and it might be a sundown town and you really rolling the dice trying to figure out, do they fuck with us or not? Right. And sometimes they don't, and sometimes you get chased out of whatever city that you're in, and sometimes you're successful and are actually able to live through the experience to document where you were and that they accept Black people. So I think that's something that's really important, especially now, because you and I, avid travelers, travel heads, that literally wouldn't be a thing if this wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying? Think about having to figure out, like, damn, I want to go to New Orleans, but I don't know what hotels allow Black people to stay there or what restaurants will allow us to eat. So you just going.
You know what the crazy thing is? We're in travel groups now, and unfortunately, we still have those type of questions. Now, not in the U.S., but I see, in those travel groups, people are asking, is this country safe for
Black people?
Yes.
Damn, that's such a thing. We can't never just chill.
We have grown, since then.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's for reasons like this. So thank you, Victor Hugo Green. So getting into our topic of today, code switching, and Blackcent. So do you know what code switching is?
Okay, I'm assuming. So
go ahead,
y'all.
Go ahead.
Code switching, as far as switching between like our ebonics and just the professional.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you got it perfect. So code switching is basically when you change up your vernacular or your tone, when you put on your customer service voice to fit into comfy white spaces. So this is something that we all have to do. When was the last time you code switched?
Today. I was on Zoom at my meeting.
What? At your meeting at work?
Yes.
Okay, so how many Black people were in that meeting?
Was I the only? Oh no, about 2.5.
Oh, what's the half, bitch?
He's half Black, half white.
Oh, don't do him.
No, but he's us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he a hoe. Why?
Okay.
No, 3.
Let me stop. I'm sorry. I'm on Black and Ballots. I'm not.
Sir, if you're reading this, you're listening to this. We promise you Black. Okay. Did they code switch as well, or do you know if they were code switching?
I would. Dang. Nah, because they were doing them.
They were doing them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're one firefighter, one police officer, so they're used. I'm always hearing them professionally. Actually, yes, they did, because I heard them talk outside of that. So
okay.
Final answer,
okay.
Yes.
Last time I code switched was probably Friday to make our dinner reservations. You know what's weird? So this is the thing. Now that I don't have to code switch at work, glory be to God, all my coworkers is Black. All of our customers are Black. I can talk to them how I talk to y'all. I'm happy about it. But now that I'm in a space at work, and they think I'm bougie. Like, they think I'm the Black white girl at work. But now that I don't have to do it at work anymore, I find myself doing a lot more in my personal life, especially when it comes to services. Like, if I'm calling a restaurant, I subconsciously do it. I just put on my customer service voice because I feel like you'll give me better service.
Yes, I was to a white person. They're gonna accept us.
Yes. So I'm like, dang, like, do you do that when you call black businesses?
No. I may put on my nice voice, but I'll still, have my little slang in there. I won't think it's hard about, okay, let me make sure I pronounce this word fully, or I could say you instead of your kind of thing. So not totally. Like when I call a black business, but I still have like my nicer voice on. Yeah, just to appear nice.
Yeah, same. Sometimes, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, because I call Diamonds like, y'all open?
Okay, it depends on how they answer the phone. How about that?
Facts.
It's the way they answer.
Facts. If they answer the phone like, this Catfish Lounge, what you need? I'm like, y'all got.
Let me get a
motherfucking No.
So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, code switching. What's interesting about this is I was kind of reading an article about code switching, which made me want to like discuss this topic more. And they were saying how basically like in black people in corporate America can't survive without code switching. Like, there is no getting a corporate or a high profile job without putting on this, poker face or white poker voice, to try to make yourself a little bit more appealing. And it made me wonder, with Kamala being in the office now, and we've had a black president, and, there are about to be a lot more colorful people in the Senate and in these higher positions. Is that going to always be something that we have to do?
Yes. I'm not even going. Yes. As long as we are. Now, what I have noticed over just a few years, we've been adults and in our careers, that people of color in powerful positions are being themselves. A little bit more. Like, because Obama was president, he was always poised, but he also, would break out into a song, a hymn, or would have his moments where, we knew what he was talking about, or, he'll say a phrase that we can refer to. So I feel like now I find more people just staying black, but in that higher position. Yes. So I do that as well.
Yes. Sure, yeah. And you know what? And that's what I think I appreciate so much about a lot of the newer and up and coming like celebrities. Oh, like Cardi, I love Cardi off back, but I love her more because she got on being her authentic self. Like, Cardi will get on her Instagram and cuss up a storm, you gonna hear pussy 5 times, she talks how she talks, but she's also on the cover of Vogue. You know what I'm saying? This bitch got all type of endorsement deals with like high class brands, and these people still want her, and they see exactly how she is, exactly herself, and they still find value in her. So I think it's really important for us to celebrate that and to more so embrace that. Like, you can still be yourself, you can still be authentically black and still be accepted by some of these white companies or whatever race, because everybody ain't white. But that's something that's really important to me, and I think that's something that's really important for these kids to see, just so the generation behind us, they're coming up totally different anyway, but just so they don't think that they have to like put themselves in this pretty little box to get somewhere.
Man, that literally is what made me successful, I feel like, in my role.
Okay.
Now, I didn't even know there was a name to it. Like, code switching. I didn't even think about it. But when I started this job, specifically, I found myself, especially because then I'm walking into these meetings, and I'm not only black, and probably the only black, I'm the youngest, I'm a woman, and everybody is this, older white guy, with, and then not older white guy, they're older white guys in uniforms. Yeah. So, it being intimidating, and me coming in like, okay, Keisha, nope, especially when I was younger, 22, 23, like, nope, you can't just say, how you talk how you were just talking on the phone. So, like, let me be more conscious of how I'm talking, and not only to appear more professional, but because I feel like they were already looking for me to mess up, or looking for me to act black or whatever, whatever that is. So I would overthink it all the time just to I try to fit in with the others, not knowing that once I came in, once I got comfortable and being myself, they loved me even more. Or not even, I think I they respected me even more because like, wow, she's great and she still can be herself.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned something about showing the younger people that you can be yourself and still have those leadership roles. That is what made me successful in recruiting the people for the fire and police departments, because they would, I would come out and I'm giving a presentation to a classroom of kids or to a classroom of adults, and I'm speaking their language. I'm talking to them, giving them the facts, but I'm also code switching and, saying something that kind of catch their ear, like, oh, wait, did she just say finna? Or whatever, like, yep, we're on the same page. I understand where you came from. Yeah. Or, and I want them to relate and see themselves in me so that they do become interested. Because, people come in, they're scared, like, I never applied for the fire department, or I'm not even interested in the police department. They talk to me, they see that we're on the same level. Like, I'm just like you. Look, I'm over here. Yeah. I'm just like buddy with them. You can do this too. And that code switching is what draws them in. I feel like a white person couldn't do what I do as far as bringing in the numbers that we do. I think the code switching is what makes me successful.
Yeah. You bringing that up, like, that takes me back to when I was teaching at Howard Fuller High School. And actually, that school, and I did another course for financial literacy for Secure Futures for an organization over the summer with their students. And anytime, and I've done I've done a few of them, but I've done like some at some predominantly white schools and predominantly white programs, and then some at the predominantly black programs and black schools. And anytime I go to the black schools, I always I code switch right away. But I do that because I want them to understand, like, yes, you can be professional, but I'm going to still relate to you, and I'm going to still talk to you how, I want these kids to see, if anybody else, that your authentic self is good enough. And it is okay. However, there's a time and a place for everything. So, yes, my vernacular is more expansive when I'm having a conversation with a professional, or when I want to get a point across, or when I want to let you know that, I'm intelligent up here. I'm from the ghetto, but I'm still very smart. Don't play. Right. And I think that's necessary to kind of, like you said, like, grasp people and make them trust you for real. Honestly, especially black people. Yes. We need that. Like, if you see this, and unfortunately, I have subscribed to this mindset as well. Sometimes you'll see a black professional and, they dress nice, they look to the nines, they in a high profile position, and you automatically think they bougie or they better than you. Yeah. You automatically
or they think
like,
they are.
They think that you get this misconception in your mind that they're up here.
Like, we can't be up there.
Or you think like, relatable. Oh, they don't smoke. Or they don't cuss. They don't drink. You think these things about them because of how they look and how they sound. And they might get off, working, blast some Webby, you know what I'm saying? Pulling out the parking lot at the job. So I think it's really important for people to see that, especially people in high positions. So when, like, Obama was releasing, like, his playlist of the year, like, his song, I would love when it was, like, 21 Savage on the playlist. Like, yes, nigga, you be getting it. Like, I love that. That's super, super important to me. So do you think that, so we talked about the fact that code switching has a good and a bad. Now, when we get into code switching versus Blackcent, do you know what Blackcent is? No. So for the viewers and listeners that do not know what Blackcent is when a white person is talking to, or a person of any color, not just white, of any other race other than black, is talking to a black person, and they start to use our slang. They might change their tone. They might homegirl or sister. Are the two, are they the same? Are they the same?
Ooh, okay. You know what's crazy? I'm that person. I'm understanding. Okay. Ooh. Get it out. Because it can go both ways. It's crazy because I'm an understanding person. You know how people have issues with, like, when a white person or I guess any other race want to come and, like, they're so interested in your hair. And people are like, oh, like, don't, not saying, well, don't touch my hair. Actually, don't, without asking. But I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind when they're curious, or like when people, they're trying to dive in but don't know how. But you can see that they're trying. Now, don't call me homie.
Yeah, be your white ass up.
But I have an example. Actually, today we had a virtual meeting, and this is I'm doing a project with the vice president of MATC, and I've worked with him a few times. Super sweet man, super sweet. Older white man, and when we get on camera, we all turn our cameras on, and he's like, oh my God, Keisha, do you ever have a bad hair day? You know, he's like, you just always look so blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, Sue, you look good too. But Keisha, because Sue was looking like, what about me? But he said, Sue, you look great too. But Keisha, and I just love like that he's had to stop the meeting for that and compliment something that, because I always come in the meetings like, oh, I had to switch my hair today, you guys. You know, something that we do. And he always compliments it. And he always, you know, address it. So he did today in the Zoom meeting. And so something like that, I would appreciate. Because he know, as a black woman, that I, you know, am into my hair. Now, if he would have added, like, whatever, you know, like, homegirl. Yeah. I'm like, all right, Mark. But no, he did it appropriately. So it all depends.
I've had a couple of experiences with Blackcent. Some that were organic Blackcent, like these people grew up in the hood and around a lot of black people, so they taught how they learned. Right. I have a really good friend of mine, Renee, if you're watching, hi my love. She grew up on Keith. White girl,
no more than
Keith.
me.
Yeah, like 50 something in Keith, so it wasn't like the trenches. Like, okay, like where I'm from, bitch. She wasn't in the projects, okay. but she grew up in a predominantly black area, and so her natural personality, like she has a lot of, and I'm not even gonna say like black characteristics, because I don't want to. You know, like I don't want to call it that, but she also she's a woke white woman. Okay. Woke white woman, and you know, very treats everybody fairly, treats everybody equally, but she got that. You could tell she got some black women up in her life, or has some black women up in her upbringing. Like she's got that snap. Like I ain't know, this ain't your average Becky type of situation. So when people like when I encounter people like that, who I can tell like, oh, this is a part of who you are. Like you are not putting on to be something that you're not, or trying too hard. It's easier for me to accept. Like I am accepting. I'm not gonna say easier. Like I am accepting, because that's you, and you are being your authentic self, and I can appreciate that. But when you encounter somebody, like I had a coworker at one of my old jobs who every morning he would greet me and me only with "What up, homie?" But he never talked to anybody else like that. He never talked to nobody else like that. He always found a way, or and people it just giving me cringes just to think about it. Like, you a weak ass nigga. Like,
no, you didn't. No, he didn't call you homie
every day. So one day I just looked at him like, I just didn't say nothing. Like, my name is Kirsten, and he's oh no, I didn't mean it. Like, come on, don't. That's and you so only deep. Talk to me like that. It'd be different if he talked to everybody like that. Right. And already at that job, I was the only black person on our team. I was like one of,
I remember
that job. Yeah, because we talked about this already. Yeah. So it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, because I felt like don't talk to me in a way that you think makes me comfortable, because I'm fine with hello. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with hello. I'm cool with good morning. You don't have to hey homie me. Don't come and try to dap me up. Like, because now I'm code switching the fuck. Like, now I'm...
Excuse me.
What's a homie?
Start going
like now I'm British on your ass. You know, now right. I'm finna put on my best London accent. But that kind of stuff irritates me. Like, don't try to like warm me up with your Blackcent, cause or like when some girls like when I encounter white people or different people, women of other races a lot that do this and want to call me sister. I kind of feel a way about that. Like, I don't want to be called sister by somebody that's not a sister. And I'm very sorry if that's offensive to anybody watching this, but I'm just being honest. Like, cause that's you don't talk to your white friends like that. You don't call your white girlfriend sis. Don't call me sis. And you know who does this a lot? The damn Chinese people that sell hair. They be on, girl, yes. Like, if you ever like try to buy hair like off of AliExpress or any of those websites, and you know they in China, they'll be, this is gonna be very beautiful for you sis. Bitch, I'm not your sis. Like, where did you learn that word? Like, stop.
Anything for a sale.
Anything for a sale. Like, we don't gotta be BFFs and sisters and bros. Like,
I'm already buying the hair. I bought it already.
Buying the hair already. You got the money quick. Like, you don't have to.
Man, they say, hey, y'all bringing us money. What I gotta call you?
All right. How can I make you comfortable? But it just seemed fake to me. Yeah, you know, it just doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem genuine. A lot of times it feels like mocking, especially when it comes to, I feel like Blackcent is also the damn Kardashians. Like, their whole lifestyle is Blackcent. Like, I know I brought them up last episode, and I'm not gonna keep talking about them, but I really do have a love-hate relationship with them, because I don't appreciate the fact that they really just like sucked the air out of black culture and put it on.
Made billions off it.
And babies.
Yeah.
Generational.
Whole family black.
Yeah.
Every kid.
Literally. Courtney the only one that don't have black kids. Yeah. And I'm sure
I wish she would have. I mean, I'm sure she would.
I'm sure she's regretful for that now.
She want to be over here,
right? You want to join the party and you can't. So that's just something that I feel like is subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't talk to me like that just to make me comfortable, or don't come around dressed like a black girl. That kind of upsets me too. Like the big bamboo earrings and now all of a sudden black culture is so marketable. It's so cool. But no, like all over the world.
Yeah.
But like all over the world. And it kind of pisses me off because everybody gets to profit off of our culture that we seemingly and simultaneously at the same time have to dumb down in order to get opportunities.
It's ghetto when we do it.
It's ghetto when we do it.
That's it. But it's cool and hip and trendy when they do it.
Exactly. Like for example, I was working at a job and I seen someone on the lower levels, same company, same building. Her position was not customer facing. My position was not customer facing, and she had like a light violet patch in her hair. She had a blonde bob and a light violet patch in her hair.
Black. I mean, she was
white.
Okay, white.
She was white, and it just made me wonder, like, dang, if I came in here with a blonde bob and pink tips like Nicki Minaj, you know, am I going to be equally accepted as Sarah on the third floor with a patch of violet hair in her head? So why do I have to dumb down my, like, why is it ghetto? Yeah, like, why do I have to do that? Or if I come to work, you know, in a t-shirt and leggings, it looks very different on me than it does on
skinny,
a very petite white woman, as long as she has on an infinity scarf. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, it's flats. Like,
now it's an outfit. Now it's okay. But I can't wear that. You know, I can't.
Like, why mine look cheap?
That part, or why mine look dirty or ghetto or whatever. But hers looks nice. She's well put together. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff just bothers me because I feel like there's no getting away from it.
Moral of the story is, I wish we can just be in an environment where everyone is just themselves. Yeah. Like, everyone, like, white girl, be yourself. Hispanic girl, you know, like, everyone can just be themselves and still, you know, just prosper within each other. That's really...
Yeah,
right.
No,
I mean,
ideally,
don't act like me. I don't act like you, and we can still,
and that's okay.
You know, reach our goal, whatever it is at work.
Right. No, I feel that, but and then I also want to know, like, where is the line? Like, where's the line of, no, you're not black, but this is your personality. You know what I'm saying? The urban clothes, the urban hair, this just is something that you feel more comfortable with and resonates with you versus your white side, or, you know, white culture or Mexican, whatever have you. You know, your gender. I mean, not gender, nationality. Like, it resonates more with you to be this way. You feel more comfortable this way than you do that way. Like, is there a?
I feel like it's how you mentioned it. Like, if something you grew up in and is authentically you.
So does that mean character development can't happen and you can't change? Or,
ooh, that's deep.
Like, how do we know? We don't.
That's deep. That's too deep. I'm not gonna lie. To me,
it is. It's deep.
Dang, because I'm not gonna lie. Because there's some stuff that I see that I feel like, oh, we can be able to do, and people can't tell us no. So,
like what?
Like, you know how they say, oh, but y'all always want straight hair, or you always want,
but yeah, like color hair and shit like that. When people say that,
just like anything, you know, I just be like, well, we can do that. I don't know, you know.
Yeah. No, but I feel like, see, this is the difference though, and I hate when people like try to use hair color or hairstyle against black women. Black women in particular, because nobody else gets this type of backlash. Right. We get bashed so badly if we want blonde hair. There are black people with blonde hair. I have a sister right now, my god sister. She grows blonde looking hair out of her head. Like, that's just how it comes out of her head. So it's not us trying to be white or us trying to be anything.
But it's crazy because more white people don't even have blonde hair like that.
Right?
They do, but they don't. Like, it's when I was younger. You know how all the kids in our middle school had blonde hair? I didn't even know that they dyed their hair. Their hair was really brown and black. for example,
Yeah.
but they were getting their hair, dyed blonde all the time. So a lot of white people wasn't even blonde, so yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like
us.
we can't copy off of anything that naturally happens to black people.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's the thing.
nobody can be pressed about black people trying to get, dye their hair, straighten their hair, and none of that, because these are all things black people had already
And
been
not even
doing.
that, everybody does it.
Everybody.
They've been doing it before us, wearing wigs, weave,
Yeah.
all that before us, but for some reason when we do it,
Girl, we
it's
can't do
always-
shit. We can't do a damn thing in this world, actually, without being
well,
scrutinized.
that's why we're doing it unapologetically.
Period.
We're doing
Unapologetically.
I don't know if that's going off of code switching. Is that still code switching? I'm gonna go off your topic.
No,
Did I do
no,
that?
that's
Okay.
still code switching. Do you think code switching happens more so consciously or subconsciously for you?
Both. Dang. Only both because, like I said, while I'm recruiting, I purposely do it. Mm-hmm. And I think about it. Like, I overly think about it. So that way, and that way I'm doing it on purpose. I want to make sure, like, I know my audience, because in marketing and advertising and recruiting, I know my audience. I say, okay, I'm going to, like I said, talk to some kids. Okay, I'm going to talk to Hispanic women between ages 30 to 50, for example, and I know what I'm going to say when I go in there because I know what they're going to relate to. Mm-hmm. So I'm purposely code switching in that sense. But I'll be honest, when I'm at work and I'm probably in a meeting, when I don't think about it, I kind of go in and out and go without thinking about it. Just because, once again, it could be like some, I want to say, I don't want to say I'm intimidated, but I just feel like I gotta keep up.
You feel required to.
Yeah, like required
like,
to.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And I want to feel like I'm with the, I'm with the rest, even though I'm sitting at the table with them.
Yeah.
So it's like I am with you guys.
But that's so deep because that's like such a mental thing that's been ingrained in us for generations. Like, you don't even realize that not you in particular, but we don't even realize that that's something that we've been like really brought up. Our mamas and they mamas have been brought up to do because you want to be your best self. Impress these. Don't talk crazy in front of these white people. Don't say ain't. Don't say finna. Don't in front of these white people though. How many sentences have ended with in front of these white people that your mama, grandma, auntie, or somebody has told you, and now you got to put your...
It's crazy because I actually learned that on the job, and one of my favorite mentors ever had to tell me that. Something similar to that. And you know how you'll think like, that's something you shouldn't tell me. I should just be myself. But he was being real with me.
Yeah. Because
in the field that I'm in now, there's a lot of policies and procedures that were holding us back, from obtaining those positions. So it's always me in the room, who's realizing that and always speaking up. And of course, when you're speaking up, it doesn't always, it's looking like you're trying to argue or you're trying to prove a point. Like, when in fact, I'm just trying to bring light to something that you guys at the table may not know because you don't do what I do. You don't talk to the people I'm talking to. So when I'm expressing it, and of course, when it turned into a conversation and maybe even a back and forth, I want to say arguments, and maybe in a back and forth.
Yep.
And you know me, my face get a little twisted more because they said my voice get a little louder. And once again, I'm still the youngest in the room, and I probably got braids in my hair, so I can be talking just like this, but I come off a certain way because I'm a young black woman and I'm expressing myself, and it seems like I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm just trying to get you to understand, what policies need to be changed in order to reach our goal. And one of my mentors told me, like, I don't want you to, I know you're going to be amazing. You're going to be up and coming. I don't want you to come off as that angry black woman. So just be conscious. And I heard of that when I was younger, but now I'm like, I'm in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and I didn't want to take offense to it because I know I trust him. So it came from a great place. I was thinking like, man, I should just be able to say what I want to say and not be a yes man and not seem like an angry black woman. But I gotta, keep it in mind, but still do me. So that's hard.
But that's the code switching requirement, especially for black women.
It's hard.
We have to be careful about, and I like that you brought that up, like, being the one to like bring up issues or answer questions, because I've also been told by a prior manager that if I'm always the one to point out the negatives, people will think I'm a negative Nancy. And then she was like, you just don't want anybody to associate you, same thing with being an angry black woman. And it's just like, I'm not. I just see a flaw. I see a problem, and it's literally like causing a domino effect within this department or within this company, and we can fix it. And I'm not gonna keep suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a problem that can be fixed, I'm not gonna keep suffering. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna stand on your neck when I'm bringing it up, because I want to know that something's happening about it. Like, this is something we all complain about, black, white, yellow.
Right.
We all complain about this. So it needs to be fixed.
And it's crazy because you might not even be standing on their neck. You might just be talking regular, but to them it's just like.
But to them it's aggressive, and to them, if you bring it up more than once, you're complaining, or if you are if you consistent about it, or you know what I'm saying, like, it's all, we have to think about all of that little bitty shit
while we're talking
and on top of keeping your train of thought, on top of let me not be too loud, let me not say ain't, let me not, like, so many things are going on in our brains. We really are stupid women.
No, seriously. And so I also started to do more news interviews.
Okay.
And I remember my first one, and it wasn't live, but at that point I noticed, like, man, my English isn't there. Like, isn't there. Or that's when I had to realize, like, I need to work on, my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Because I was on there, and I heard a couple, slang, this and that. And I'm like, okay, wait, all right, Keisha, if you're gonna be doing this, you're gonna have to get that together. And, I was cringing watching it, and it was more so because I wanted to, look like everybody else, people who were interviewing me, or not look like, or seem like.
But not only just that, like, I think that when it comes to your vocabulary and the way you utilize your words, your vernacular, that's important too when we're talking about being black and white spaces, because if you continually use the same words over and over again, they don't think you're intelligent. It's like you have to bring out the damn encyclopedia and use these big ass words,
girl,
just to suffice a simple sentence, so they know, like, I'm not the one or the two. Like, that's my
flaw. Like, vernacular. I've never said that word in my life. Like, you've been killing
I have a vocabulary app on my phone. Like, I get a new word every day.
But you always do that, and I was over here like, I hope I say it right. I'm about to say this word. I was like, vernacular. But, like, that's something, like, English was never my favorite. Like, that was actually my least favorite topic in school. So I always find myself, like, looking for the easy word out. Mm-hmm. So that's something I'm conscious of and want to work on. Like, I want to say vernacular just, like, randomly.
Yeah, like
know what I'm talking about.
That's a word I use.
Yes, I love that you do that. So I'm glad I'm your friend. So I
got you, boo. ACT words.
Start learning on this because, like, I'm around that all the time.
Yeah.
So yes,
Okay. Well, let's ask you. I'm gonna ask you this. Do you feel like you have to code switch in your appearance?
Yes, but I don't do it as much as I do speaking. Like, actually, no, I like being black. Like looking black.
As hell.
Yeah, I like looking black at work, and they love it. They love it, girl. They love it.
They do.
Like I said, like Mark loved it today on the Zoom.
Yeah.
My ponytail. He loved the ponytail. So, I like my earrings. I wear my bigger earrings. I like my colors, my prints, cheetah prints. I wear my braids. Now, even like the long, like, oh man, I'm gonna go with the long feed-ins, to my butt. But I get it together. So I'm black.
See, I really don't have any reservations when it comes to code switching regarding appearance, because
yeah.
I just don't give no fuck. Like, I'm so happy that I'm at a black job because I don't have to answer any questions anymore. But when I was working in Whitemare, I was showing up to work like this.
Yes.
Kente cloth. Y'all gonna see the braids. They're down my butt crack. I don't care. My nails are long as hell.
Yes, you always. Like, when I remember meeting you, like, girl, nails are so long.
Yeah, like, no, I'm not
professional though with your blazer on.
And I do that because you're gonna understand that outside of my work life, I have a personal life, and I get to be who the hell I want to be. And these nails are mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid for this hair, and it's gonna last me 2 weeks, so I'm gonna like it. If I want it down to my butt, I'm gonna wear it down to my butt, and that's just not something that I'm willing to give up, because I feel like I really have a problem with the whole, like, hair thing and professionalism.
And it's professional.
Yeah,
and
like,
you still look professional. And whatever that, you know what I mean? Like, that look is still professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, it shouldn't even be questioned.
And that part.
That's what I'm saying.
That part.
Yeah.
It should not be questioned at all.
I go to work. I love it. I love going to work like that. Actually, I'm telling you, that's what makes me successful. When people see, like, they walk in like, oh, bet. Now they're starting to listen to me when I'm talking, because usually, So, you know, I'm mentioning firing police in front of people who may have never heard about it before or never thought that they can do it. Seeing me, hearing me, and my counterparts as well on the fire and police departments, we always make sure we bring someone that looks like them, you know, and that dress like them, you know, from the departments, because that matters. Yeah. So I love that we can look the part because we're attracting, you know, we're bringing others in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Absolutely. That representation is important, and I love it. I love when I look one way and I open my mouth and they be like, oh,
yeah. So it's like the best of both worlds. Like, yep.
Yeah, all that. All that. So, representation for the win. Speaking of representation, we're going to go into our next segment of Brag on a Black Business. The Black business that I'm going to brag on this week is going to be Control Plus C LLC. It's a printing company, actually right here in the Sherman, Phoenix, owned by Crystal. So, if you guys know Crystal, she just had a birthday. Crystal Ship. I hope I'm saying her last name right. Okay, perfect. Amazing short story because I don't have a whole lot of time left, but I came to Crystal early last month with a dire marketing need. If you follow my Facebook and you've seen my long ass post of me blasting Homegirl, I'm not even gonna give her no energy, but just know that Crystal got me together and she took great care of me and she got my marketing materials turned around in like 48 hours. Like I literally, yes, like so she was so thorough with me, FaceTime me, you know, so I can see everything before anything got actually printed and cut. You know, customer service impeccable. Support that Black business. Support that Black business. Support that Black business. Our next segment that we're going to get into before we get out of here is Buzz in the City. So, Buzz in the City is a segment that we do just to kind of let you know what's going on in the city right now. And this past weekend, Keisha and I got an opportunity to take part in Downtown Dining Week. So that was amazing.
Yes, the vibe.
Child, so do you want to tell? So y'all,
they try to get y'all.
We almost got at Hotel Metro. We gonna try to make this. I'm writing a letter. So this is where code switching is about to come in because I'm writing a letter. I am sending an email. I am calling the front office.
Oh my God, I'm crying, y'all. Because this is...
So me and Keisha made dinner reservations at Third Coast Provisions. Great place, $35. It was probably under $100 our dinner together for
downtown dining only though.
Yeah, downtown dining only. Don't get happy. But we made reservations for dinner. We pull up. We're looking for parking. Can't find parking. Third Coast Provisions is right by Carnivore, so we thought we could use their valet. They were like, we ain't having it. So we go to Hotel Metro to try to use their valet. This is something I do all the time. Use their valet. Go to wherever I'm gonna go. So we pull up. We pull up to the hotel.
We're like 5 minutes. Nobody even come out.
5 minutes. We sitting outside. Nobody's coming out. We're sitting right in front of the valet sign. Nothing's happening. So we called. Keisha called. She called the front desk. She see the little front desk man answer the phone. Was like, hey, what's going on? You guys got valet tonight? They were like, yeah, well, you know, he'll be out in a minute. So we watched we sitting right in front of the window. We watched the front desk person go to the valet person's office and get him. Like, you know, it's some people outside. So this nigga come outside.
Bro, first of all, he got on like a chef coat. Like you got the wrong uniform on. Doesn't even say anything, no name tag, no Hotel Metro, nothing. So I'm looking like
she was already on 10. If I was by myself, I'd have got.
I'm looking like this man just coming in just black chef coat. It just didn't look right. So I'm like, okay. You know, then he come out like just it is something was weird about it. So I'm getting out the car, putting my scarf on. I like, you know, and he like, so
she gets out the car first. I get out the car. He comes to my side, and I'm like, oh, can I pay with my debit card? And he was like, I don't know.
Oh no, he asked you to pay.
Yeah, he asked me to pay. Problem. He asked me to pay first
right away.
She was just like, what? Pay? Like, why?
You don't pay until you leave.
Until you come back. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I've never paid up front. Like, I got a card. Can I pay with my card? He says, yeah, you know, I don't know how they doing it now, but blah, blah, blah. He mumbling and shit. He gets in my car and gets my car, closes my door. So I start walking off. This nigga gets back out my car, leaves it running. He got my keys in his hand, leaves it running. He was like, you know what? Actually, let's go to the front desk. We finna see, because I don't know how they do it right now. So me and Keisha, we already feeling the vibes, like, finna get robbed. So
first I said, hey, get a ticket from him.
Yeah,
I said, I
she
need
tells me to
something
get
with
a
a
ticket.
name on it. Like, your shirt don't have a name,
Right.
have a name tag. Like, where the ticket that says Hotel Metro Valet on it? Like, what's going on?
because now my car just finna be gone, and I have no proof that I gave it to you. So we get the ticket from the man. We on our way inside. Car's still running in the middle of the street.
Middle of the street, not
middle of the
parked.
street. He didn't park and he do nothing. He
He barely locked it.
Yeah, he barely locked my door. Like, got in, got back out. So we get to the front. We're in the vestibule of the hotel, and the little front desk agent comes around because I'm like, we confused. Like, is this valet? Like, what's going on? Can I pay with a card? The front desk man gonna say, oh, you can pay with a card, but why not just park on the street? It's free. Because I want a valet. Like, what do you mean? Like, if I wanted to park on the street, I would have done that. Like,
I feel like, no, that was our warning, though.
That was our warning to not mess with him. It was.
Bro, I feel like they were about to steal your car.
He was gonna get his ass beat that day.
No, bro.
No.
He was gonna steal her car. It's not even funny. He was gonna take her car.
But
nope.
We was getting very mad. So the valet man basically denied the business. I mean, the front desk person denied the business, told us that we might as well park on the street. The valet guy just sitting there like, no, I got you. I'm gonna park. He holding my keys. Keisha getting hot. She getting mad. I can tell she's getting mad because she's starting to move different. So she like, I'm like, can I have my keys, please? This nigga, no, he told me no.
Her
like,
keys.
he did not give me my keys. We had to snatch the keys
Bro.
from his hand. She was like, she should give me.
Go.
It was so.
I said, y'all janky. Code switching.
So janky. Code switching. We had to code switch in the moment because his janky ass was finna get me. Like, I was finna really get God.
Dang.
I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
We was being professional and bougie, and now I'm like, no, y'all janky getting the keys.
right now we have to get ghetto to let you know that we're not sweet. Like, that's
Went back to
what
the
I feel like
car.
he thought it was sweet. So, if you valet parking, don't
Go to Hotel Metro for the story. And it was our own people, y'all.
It was
They
our
both
own people.
were black
And I
men.
really don't want to write this letter, but I'm gonna, because they're gonna give me a free night in that hotel because of how they did me.
And we had to park on the street, like he's saying, walk 3 blocks.
And walk 3 blocks. It was cold as mud.
And we was...
It was not a valuable
so-
situation at all.
But the food was amazing.
Food was great. So Patronize Downtown Dine Weekend ends this week, Saturday, February 7th. It's probably like 20 restaurants that have modified menus where you can get like a 3 or 4 course meal for $25, $35. Great food.
And lunch for $13 too.
Yes, and lunch for $13. We are at the end of our show. We're at the end of our show. It was a great show.
You liked it?
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
And I will see you guys live again on Sunday. I like to leave you off with a positive note, a positive message, a self-care tip. First of all, don't use valet at Hotel Metro. That is a self-care tip.
You'll be stressed. You won't have a car.
Just park on the street. Also, but something that I've kind of been practicing this week, or I'm going to implement into my morning routine this week since it's Monday, is replacing my music in the morning with affirmations or like motivational speeches. I like Les Brown.
I've been doing that.
Have
You
you?
be proud of me because you know I brush my teeth like Future, in the morning. So I've been doing. No, listen, I've been doing like water noises.
Okay.
It's literally, or like on the way to to the office, maybe 15-minute drive, and it's been so relaxing.
It is.
I'm like, maybe
It really
I should
just
start
sets your
listening
day.
to trap music in the morning.
Yeah, don't
I'm
gang
serious,
bang on
y'all. Like literally. So it's been really helping.
Yes.
So, yes.
So self-care tip of the week. I will see you all next week. Until next time.
Thank you.